The turf waits ready in Glendale tonight, but not a cardinal to be seen. Lombardi is up for grabs soon, and it looks like they're the teams. Another run for Bill and Tom. They'll try to clamp down Russ Wilson. It's Lynch, it's Gronk. It's time for the 2015 Super Bowl. Super Bowl. A Grand Canyon of pressure awaits. Super Bowl. Super Bowl. It's time to seal their fates. Here we go. Time for the show. Let the game rage on. The box score in Glendale starts right now.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple: C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Collins for box score.
Hello and welcome to the Box Score. Folks, if you haven't had a chance to talk to your kids who are fans of Frozen, maybe you have a frank and honest discussion with them about what a weird world it is. McLovin, I know you're a fan of Frozen. Has this ruined it forever? Or?
My kids will never see this. If they did, they need a therapist. I think I might need a therapist for just seeing it. In fact, I'm never going to let myself see it again.
My daughter asked if Elsa had a thyroid condition.
By the way, you missed some of the moves. You're a little bit off. Like, you went here during, you know...
It was clumsy.
I have it memorized. We'll go over it.
It was clumsy.
Yeah.
I'm no Bob Fosse. We did the best we could.
And people think that that's a backdrop of the Grand Canyon.
No, that was actual. We went 3.5 hours out.
Right, for 40 seconds of video.
Yes, and you know, I think it cost a little to get in there, and then there was the 6 men in a minivan, so it smelled like Bikram yoga and Wendy's on the way back.
Basically, we want to assure you that if you had fallen into the Grand Canyon to your death, we would have shown the video.
Well, after 3.5 hours in the car, I was ready to jump to my death.
You know what people would have said at the bottom? That is the ugliest Elsa I've ever seen.
Well, one man who's probably talking to his kids a lot about how the world works is you, Todd Fritz, after the T-Frizzle joint has recently dropped. Seton, you're a fan of these. Where does this one rank?
Oh dear, that's an interesting question, because it ranks high up there for different reasons, I think.
What about the creepiness level?
Oh boy, that's off the charts. This one's by far the creepiest T-Frizzle that we've had, and I'm mildly uncomfortable watching it.
I was well behaved, but I was aware the entire time, or most of the time, of a major age gap. So if I had any impure thoughts, they really needed to go out of my head as quickly as possible.
It wasn't just T-Frizzle, though. The producers are getting kind of creepy, too. From working with T-Frizzle, I think has, you know, worn off on some of the people behind the camera.
I was encouraged to write very provocative lines. I wasn't quite aware as I was writing them, or the dates leading up to putting the actual rap together, that we were talking about 18, 19, 20-year-old co-eds. I thought they might be a little...
Didn't seem to stop you.
I'm not complaining at all, and they were beautiful, and they did a great job. But yeah, it did cross my mind. I have a 9-year-old daughter, and even though that's still several years younger than who was dancing around me, that I could see where there'd be some...
Not that many years.
It'd be a little uncomfortable.
Not enough.
No, I was not uncomfortable, but I could see where people would be.
People who are normal.
Right, normal people.
All right, well, the video was great, but this is the box score, so we got to go behind the scenes.
Great.
You are getting a live look at the makings of the T-Frizzle Super Bowl 49 rap. The lovely ladies of Arizona State University are helping us out. Check out the Daisy Dukes. The Sun Devil girls are ready, and so am I.
Just like Brady and Wilson, we can light up the night.
I can't think of anywhere else in the world Todd Fritz would rather be right now than right there.
Straight devilish!
Perfect. This is just so fantastic. I don't want to be that creepy old man, which I am.
It's the Wild Wild West, so do it feels right.
Daisy Dukes.
Night.
I'm a very blessed man, and I'm just having the greatest time, and I want to take graduate classes at Arizona State.
We love Fritzy!
How you like me now? they're all quite beautiful, and it's going to be a long night for me tonight.
Yeah, that was all I could say was a great experience. It's just, it was one of those days in your life where you're just, you're thanking the Lord above.
Housekeeping.
I'm very blessed. I got a wonderful family and friends and a great career, and there's so many good things. And then this comes around.
In all seriousness, if John Elway were 50 yards away and needed mouth-to-mouth to live, but you had to leave the set and not be able to come back. John Elway.
I would hope that John's family would understand that he had his run, the back-to-back championships, but with what was going on there, there's literally nothing that would have distracted me from hanging out with the girls in the little jean shorts. God bless them all, every one of them.
Great job of those ladies, but I understand there's another lady that's not your wife, of course, very close to your heart, that's making a special appearance on the box score. It's your Cougar of the Week. Can you lay it on us?
Born in San Fernando, California, had 6 #1 singles on the Billboard Top 100, worked with the Jackson 5 before becoming a pop star, won an Emmy for dance contributions on the Tracy Ullman Show, won a '91 Grammy Award for Opposites Attract, 3-time American Music Awards winner, married to Emilio Estevez from '92 to '94. I wasn't aware of that. Former American Idol judge. So you think you can dance judge for perform Dance Like There's No Tomorrow during Super Bowl 42's pregame show. Began her career as a Lakers cheerleader at age 18. She's forever your girl, and if you don't know who I'm talking about by now, that's straight up said. Your Super Bowl Cougar of the Week is Paula Abdul.
Cougar of the Week!
Cougar of the Week selection committee.
Well, these guys, but I try to keep it from them and make it a surprise. But after the fact, they'll make comments like, that was a good choice, or I'm surprised we didn't use her before, or I think you used her 7 times already.
I'm not on that
or
committee.
that's
I reject
horrible.
the entire Cougar of the Week concept.
But I've gotten my share of really, Dan, these guys will get on me if they don't approve who I selected.
Well, another woman, not a Cougar of the Week, is Erin Heatherton that dropped by.
Erin Heatherton.
And she showed not only her beauty but her strength, and she threw you on her back and hauled you into the studio.
Like I was a little child.
Now, we will get to Jimmy Graham later, but you got to tell us how was the ride.
Oh, it was great, but she was wearing heels that were this big, like really like 6 inches high. So that was giving her a little problem, but she was easily strong enough to carry me. She could have carried me like Officer and Gentleman if she wanted to, but for some reason,
very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was very uncomfortable. Like halfway through that, by the way, I was like, this isn't really comedic or working. I really wanted to get out of there. No. I was like, cut.
Yeah, you seemed like you really didn't want to be part of it.
No, I mean,
as you said, Paul, let's get this going. Come on back, help me get her going. Let's
I
talk
thought
her into it.
No, she had to carry me like Richard Gere carried Deborah Winger. Right. But she was a little worried that she couldn't pull that off.
It was great.
You didn't throw your hand up at the end. Love lift us up where? I don't think we can use that. Erin, always a joy to have in studio. You were especially dialed in today when she was talking about Nipple Patrol. Yeah. And you gave us a very special Super Bowl week version of the Fritzy Listen face. Maybe you can tell us what's going through your head here.
By the way, Fritzy was all week long was really focusing on logistics of getting people in and out. Completely. It was like the entire, his BlackBerry was gone, his computer was out. It was the interview where he was dialed in. Like,
Dan Marino, he's down here. Joe Montana's down here. And
I did find a way to, just take a little break and lift my head up. Paul's actually sending me notes on instant message. It's like, you might want to lift your head up once in a while and pretend you're paying attention to the show. I know you got to coordinate things and see if the guests are showing up and where they are and everything. But when it's Erin Heatherton or someone like that, or Kate Upton or Tegan or Decker, I suddenly, nothing else matters but paying very close attention to the interview.
But I think that, I should hesitate on this one. Sure. I don't think that Fritzy's watching the show for the content of Erin Heatherton and Dan. I think his mind is closed and he's putting together scenarios. I think I'm right.
I may or may not have been picturing, putting like lo mein all over her body. Is that bad during the show? That's bad.
She did paint quite a picture though today.
I threw farther away. I'll be out.
With like a little soy sauce. I digress.
That will not be in the SI swimsuit.
Yeah, wasabi or something like that.
But you're kind of right. I do kind of think.
All right, let's take a break from this dirtiness and we'll head outside and get our feet dirty. And that's after this with the fans. Hello! We are outside the studio here in a very muddy set outside the Dan Patrick Saloon, just across the way from the, what was it, the Phoenix School something. They're playing Super Bowl 49 there. We are with the fans, and they're going to ask the Dannettes some questions. Your name and your question, please.
My name is Joy Torkelson, and my question for you guys is, if Tom Brady and the Patriots win the Super Bowl, will he go down in history as the best quarterback in NFL history?
Jeepers creepers.
The best.
Well, you got a bias. You're still going to say Montana. Brady could win 9 Super Bowls. You'll probably still say Joe Montana.
Well, you know what? Doesn't it ensure that he's in any discussion, McLovin?
Oh, yeah. Well, he passes Peyton Manning. A lot of players have said this week that he's the best if he wins this one, but that's a huge if.
What if he scores 39 points, the other team scores 40, he has 5 touchdowns, and they lose by 1 point?
Right.
But
he's still 3-3.
Right.
So this is like a total legacy game for him.
But it's also, too, he's the dreamiest. I mean, we all agree on that.
Burt Jones is good looking.
He's definitely the best looking quarterback.
Wait, are you the same? Are you Joy? Are you on Twitter?
Yeah, Joy in Wisconsin.
Oh,
Gotta
my
give
God.
a shout out to Steph and Callie. She
There
couldn't
you
make it.
go.
She wanted to make
Shout out.
it.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Joy, you might be a little nicer to me on Twitter. I'm just saying. I don't want to bring it
Hey,
up.
shout out back to you.
You're a little salty, a little snarky.
Yeah.
I like it.
I still cannot talk about the Packers' loss.
Oh, well, I
You don't bring
understand.
that up.
Let's get into it a little bit.
No, we're not.
No, it's too much here. All right, what's your name? What's your question?
I'm Jimmy Kohagi, and my question
Don't
is...
give up the mic.
That's fine. You just answered for us. It's fine.
My question is, will there ever be a blackout in the Super Bowl again?
Wow. Seton, I know, has had many blackouts during the Super Bowl.
This one so far, I'm on about 4. So
I've had a few.
Well, they can open the roof for this and do it by starlight. Yep.
You're blackout in the box score. What's your name? What's your question?
My name is Rex Adams, and I just need to know if it's true that the Dallas Cowboys are waiting just for Super Bowl 50.
Oh, for their sense of drama?
Yeah.
No.
yeah, I don't believe that.
Yeah, we had DeMarco Murray on this week, and he's like, yeah, I'm okay leaving. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, he's gone.
Come on over here, the woman from
Who are you
Frozen.
rooting for?
Oh, yes.
What's your name and question?
Patriots? Hey, I'm Jennifer from Las Vegas, and I just want to know what your guys' favorite prop bet will be. I can't even talk. I'm a little nervous.
You did good. You did good.
Oh, I love the Al Michaels was talking about how many times you say Deflategate.
Yeah.
Over under. So the Al's
Shay had a pretty great breakdown today of prop bets.
Oh yeah. But Al said he should bet the over. So all of a sudden the Vegas spread moved.
I like the length of the national anthem. I think that's
old
a
school.
pretty funny one.
Especially that he researched it and looked back when she did it at the All-Star game or something and said, look, these guys hadn't set the line right. Terrible job.
Are all the prop bets game related? Do they do anything like Super Bowl commercial related? Like what's going to be voted best commercial? Because that to me, that's especially with Denver not in it. I'm all about seeing how wacky the commercials might get. So let's see what the prop bets look like for that.
Okay, we will be back with the Dannettes carrying more guests. The Box Score presents great moments in DP Show history.
Drew Brees going to stand up on the table to say,
I want Jimmy Graham back. Thanks for watching Great Moments in DP Show history. Great moment there from last year's Super Bowl. Fritzy, you actually said that was your favorite Super Bowl moment when he jumped on the desk. How about if Dan jumped up on the desk and asked you to stay with him forever?
That wouldn't work quite as well. I got a kick out of Drew Brees, but I got to tell you, I got to update that answer after looking at the final edited process of the T-Frizzle rap video. I think I have a brand new favorite Super Bowl moment of all time.
Well, Jimmy Graham didn't jump up on the table, but he could have because he had very clean feet, thanks to McLovin and Paulie. Who was doing most of the heavy lifting on that one?
A lot of debate there. The Saints actually tweeted out, the New Orleans Saints tweeted out that, wow, it looked like McLovin was doing most of the lifting with Jimmy Graham, but I think I was sneaky helpful.
All right, no, Paulie, you also helped Seth Meyers out by wiping off his shoes. What was the deal there? What type of shoes was he wearing?
You know, we're with NBCSN. We know high-priced talent, and we try to take care of Seth. He looked uncomfortable, and whatever. We're not above anything.
Paulie sort of ran out like in a tennis match, like the ball boy sort of gets it, runs back.
I was a little disappointed because he's so thorough with everything he does. He wiped one shoe and didn't wipe the second shoe. And it was a big muddy second shoe that was
but
still
as a producer, I went front shoe, the camera
The one
shoe,
closest, okay.
and I think I got it done.
Hey, Paulie, my shoe's kind of muddy. Can you go get your shine box?
I got your shine box.
A little bit. Just a little bit. Keep him here. You keep him here.
Hey, remember what happened to Billy Bats?
Oh, okay.
Billy Bats.
Nothing we could do. Well, you guys weren't the only ones carrying guests. You carried Darius Rucker when you did a little rap of Notorious B.I.G.
Whip, Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? I got 7 Mac 11s, 8, 9, 10, it never ends. You can't touch my riches, even if you had MC Hammer and 357. Beep! Biggie Small, the millionaire, the mansion, the yacht is too hot. Glock, that's how I got the weed spot. Shot Dread in the head, took the bread and the lamb spread.
All right, all
Who
right.
the beat was this?
Easy there,
Paging me at 5:46 in the morning, crack of dawn, and now I'm yawning. Wipe the cold out my eye. See who's this paging me and why? It's my beaver pop from the barbershop. Told me he was in the gambling spot, heard the intricate plot. Niggas want to stick me with 5 people, baby.
So good. We need more of Todd doing
awesome.
Biggie Smalls.
That was pretty awesome.
Darius
with
breaking
Darius.
that out too.
Yeah, he
dope.
was busting some rhymes.
That was a really great segment with him because he played along so well. He wasn't going to sing today. He's up early. You know, it's really too early for him to do that. But then the lip sync thing and a bunch of other fun stuff. I mean, I think he was there for 40 minutes and he could have gone all day.
Best performance in the Man Cave this week? Or the Saloon?
I don't think you can say one guy was the best performance. In all seriousness, there were so many like A-level performances.
Yeah, everybody was in great spirits and silly, and Dan obviously brings that out of them in his interviewing style. But just like everybody that came here was genuinely, you know, no one was doing us a favor. They were excited to come check out the set and be on with Dan.
And Brock, when Dan was wrapping up the day, he's like, you know what? He goes, I love guys like Cam Newton who just play along and have fun and lose. Geez, that Jimmy Graham was great. And he goes, if you play along, he doesn't really care the level of guests that we have. It's a level of playing along with the guests. That's everything.
Would you guys buy a Darius Rucker country rap album?
We should all produce it.
Absolutely, yeah.
We should produce it.
I think that would be
tremendous.
Seton, I think, could be, you know, the main guy because he knows the music and the beats and all that stuff. But all of us could partake, I think.
Hootie, straight out of Compton. All right, stay with us. We are going to have our Super Bowl 49 picks after this. Guys, Super Bowl is this Sunday, right across the street at the University of Phoenix Stadium, the Seahawks and the Pats. So let's get right to it. Let's go around the room. McLovin, who do you got and by how many?
I got the Patriots 23-17.
Ooh. I've got the Seahawks winning. I don't know, I haven't really thought of it. 21-14.
I'm going to go Seahawks 30-24.
I'm going to go 23-16 Seattle
16 is a
Seahawks.
very common score in a pro football game.
Touchdown, three field goals?
2 touchdowns, a safety.
What are the
3
odds?
safeties, a field goal, and a touchdown.
I like Seattle 23-16.
16.
Going back to back and deflate gate. All the karma is going to go against the Patriots. They will not come away with the victory.
I'm going to go with Boomer, and it's 44-17 Pats.
Wow, that's a
over the Seahawks. Oh McLovin, you spiced up against the grain today. Brought out Josie the Ring Girl and took it to the next level. Was that your best one ever?
I'm a little upset because everything I said in there, I either stole from very good sources or it was really good football points, and Dan just savaged what I was saying. He's like, you're stupid, but the Ring Girl is great. So I guess it was a half a victory.
Fritzy, what are your thoughts on that?
I literally couldn't hear a word of what McLovin said. I'm just watching Josie go by and being in her little, you know, doing the ring card thing. That was enough for me. Between that and the Daisy Dukes Arizona State girls, I couldn't tell you one word, which is usually the case, but even more so than ever.
How's that different?
So it's very, very not different at all. But yeah, I don't know what he was talking about.
Are you covering up because they were teasing us about our Butterball turkey base being popped out right now?
A little bit. I am trying to do a little nipple block. Is it that obvious?
There's wardrobe malfunction here. How about halftime? A wardrobe malfunction. You looking forward to Katy Perry at halftime?
very much so. Very much so. Yeah, I think she's
a duet.
Crush. She sure is.
Any plans for the Super Bowl, Paulie?
Couch, nap, food, couch, nap, back to work the next day.
Rinse, repeat. All right, it's been a great week, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Fritzy, who's on next week?
We will be in the New York City studios on Monday. Tony Dungy and Peter King are among the guests that will help us.
The prompter says, Brock, we're going to miss you. We'll see you next year.
Yeah, I like sincerity. I like sincerity. Okay, guys, special thanks to Ram Trucks, the good folks at the Crown Plaza, and the Grand Canyon National Park West out there. You kept us safe. We will be back on Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern, right here on Audience Channel 239.
You just thank the park.
Bye-bye.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the box score. Holy cow!